If you're selling on Amazon from outside the US, there is one move that you can make as a seller that really changes the game for you. It saves you money, it unlocks US banking, and it boosts your Amazon and supplier trust. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a LLC using Doola. And this video is specifically for Amazon sellers like you. If after this video you want to get started with Doola right away, then make sure to follow our affiliate link down below in the description and use the code OrangeClick10 for 10% off. We've partnered with them to make it super easy for you. So let's get started. First of all, why would you need a US LLC if you're not even a US-based seller? The fact is that as an Amazon seller, having a US LLC gives you major advantages. First of all, it reduces Amazon headaches. They tend to trust US LLCs more. It also opens up US banking for you, which means faster payments, easier US dollar handling, and better relationships with the suppliers because they tend to work in US dollars. And if you're scaling and working with 3PLs in the US and also probably suppliers also in the US, then this structure just fits. And as you grow, you will really appreciate that your business has a clean, professional, foundational structure that you can lean on as it keeps growing. So with that in mind, let's look at Doola and what they offer to help you get that foundation built smoothly. Doola is a business in a box for non-US based founders. You don't need a US social security number. They'll help you form your LLC, get your EAN, act as your registered agent, and also provide you compliance tools shall you need them. So for an Amazon seller that is not based in the US, this really helps you skip through a lot of the complicated steps and a lot of the research that you would typically need to do and get straight to building your business. Let's jump straight into Doola so that I take you through this step by step and show you how easy and fast it can be. Doola is for doers. So launch your US business from anywhere in the world. We handle the paperwork, filings, and compliance so you can focus on building your vision. They have ties to Y Combinator, HubSpot, Nexus, and Hustle Fund. They help you start your business in the United States. They get the essential documents for banking, taxes, e-commerce, and they also offer a registered agents service. So here, a quick walkthrough to the process. Submit your information through our user-friendly dashboard. I'm going to show you that in a second. After that, you get to start a US company in any of the 50 states, and they help you choose which state is best for your personal situation. They provide operating agreement and articles of organization, so you don't even need to spend time with that. They have templates for you. And then, of course, you have a registered agent service so that you don't have to be on the phone with the IRS. In case there's any trouble, they need more information. After that, you secure your business documentation that is delivered straight to your Doola dashboard. Finally, you get to set up your US bank account. In this case, you can do it directly also via Doola. That also saves you some time. And after that, you have your business ready and you have all of the details that you need on your Doola dashboard. They also have extra services to help you file your taxes every year. So that's also a possibility that you can add to your Doola service. But let me show you step by step how you can start your business. So let's just do it. This is where you land. The first question they ask is, what kind of business are you building? They give you two options, an LLC or a C Corp. They explain what each of them is so that you get to choose which one fits better for your specific case. So in case of an LLC, this is what you want if you are building a small business that needs more flexibility. This means limited liability protection for owners, simple management structure, easy to operate. There's unlimited owners that can be US-based or international. So if you have partners, that's not a problem. It is overall less complicated, less paperwork, corporate restrictions, no meeting requirements. You can just form it and keep it. However, you cannot issue stock, meaning it's going to be a private company always. On the other hand, you could also start a C Corp if you're thinking about fundraising from investors. It has limited liability protection for owners as well. It gives you the ability to raise capital by issuing stock, and the ownership is represented by the shareholders, not by the members of the LLC. It does have more operational requirements, so it is a little bit more demanding the corporation. requires more paperwork like annual meetings and minutes. Let's take the quick quiz. Question 1, are you planning to raise venture capital or funding from investors? No, I just run an Amazon business. It will be mine and my partners. Are you planning to issue stocks to employees or other shareholders? No. Where are the founding members based out of? We are all international. And in this case, we recommend incorporating an LLC in the state of Wyoming. Wyoming has the friendliest laws and amongst the lowest price state fees. Okay. That's what I'll do. So I'm starting an LLC. Next. What is your desired company name? In this case, I'll just call it New Company One, just to show you how to do it. You will have another chance to review your company name and make any changes prior to starting the official business formation process. Which state do you want to form your business in? Wyoming is recommended. However, I'm also allowed to choose other state, and here I have a list of all of the states. They say that Wyoming is recommended for simplified formation, lower annual operating costs and flexibility, no corporate income tax or annual franchise tax. Some states have additional requirements after your company is registered. You can view a full list of state requirements here. If you check the file they share, it explains the rules, the costs, and the requirements of all the other states that you may want to consider. If you want to do your own research, you can find out more about the other states that they offer services for. I will follow their recommendation because I want it to be uncomplicated and also save some costs if I can. I will start a business in Wyoming. The price is $103 and I'll be billed one time for this. Let's go to the next stage. Here they tell you what services they offer and you get to decide what you want. I just need the basics to launch my business with confidence. They provide formation filings, the EIN, and register agent. So at the end of this, I have my LLC formed, and that costs $297 per year, plus state fees. If I want to go one step further and really don't have to worry at all about what's going on in my company in the US, they also offer a dedicated bookkeeper and monthly, quarterly closing so that I really don't have to worry in submitting anything to the state in the US. For this step by step, we go with the starter pack because we're trying to just start an LLC. Finally, I want to launch my business at lightning speed, so I have the option to pay $300 extra and get my EIN number from the IRS up to 2 weeks faster. That is a step that takes the longest, so I can do that. Or if I have time, I also don't need to pay it and I can wait up to 3 weeks for my company to get formed. This is the last step before payment. I have here a summary, my company name, my entity, and the state in which I'm forming it, the yearly package that I'm getting from doola, as well as the state fee that I have to pay to Wyoming. Here's the breakdown. And once I check this box and go to the next step, I get to pay for it, provide a few more details about myself and my business partners, and then I submit. All I need to do is wait, check my doola dashboard for progress. Okay, now let's make this come to life for Amazon sellers specifically. Once you've completed those steps, you will have to register your Amazon seller account, which gives you legitimacy and gets you approved faster. You will then link your US bank account that you're able to get access to because you have a US LLC so that you can get faster payments in US dollars. You'll be able to deal with US suppliers or foreign suppliers using a US entity and US banking, and that often results in better payment terms and a lot more trust. And you'll be able to track your finances with a very clear separation between your personal finances and your business's finances, your LLC's finances, which makes bookkeeping a lot simpler and also cuts into your tax costs. So basically, you are no longer an international seller. You are running a US business with global reach. How long does the whole process take for you to get your US LLC registered? So here's a rough timeline. The formation tends to take between 2 and 7 business days. It depends on the state in which you register your LLC. After that, after the LLC is formed, you need to wait for the EIN, and the EIN takes often between 15 to 30 days. In some cases, takes longer. In some In some cases, it takes less time. Once you have your EIN, then you'll want to a US bank account. And often that is not complicated at all. And you can get your US bank account on the same week as you get your EIN. And all of your LLC's documents will show up on your doola dashboard. So it's very, very easy. You can track everything in one place. Realistically, you can be up and running in a month or even less. That's why a lot of non-US based sellers choose doola. It's user-friendly and it makes a big, complicated topic really easy and able to be handled from one place in one go. I think that's because their whole system is thought for non-US based sellers. You don't need a social security number. They really walk you through every decision step by step. So you don't need to guess or do some extraordinary research if you don't want to. For example, we saw how they explain which type of company or entity you need and which state to choose. You're able to get the correct state for your personal case, the correct business structure, and the correct IRS details from the start. Besides that, your EIN is handled for you, so you don't need to call the IRS or fax. There is no confusion. And also, they help you create all of your official documents, right? So articles of organization, operating agreements, EIN letter, everything is delivered straight into your doola dashboard. So one place for every document you need. And that makes it very easy, especially for a seller who has never created a US company before and doesn't know really how to go about it. All they need to do is follow the workflow instead of trying to spend time guessing how it's done. So if you are ready to get your US LLC up and running using doola, please follow the link down below in the description and use the code OrangeClick10 for 10% off. Create your account, choose your state, and complete the payments, and the process is up and running. The sooner you're set up, the sooner you are operating like a US-based business with global reach. So to recap, forming a US LLC and you're an Amazon seller outside the US is a strategic move. Doola makes the company formation, EIN, banking, and compliance process much easier. If you follow the steps I showed you in this video, you'll be ready to roll in under a month. Thank you so much for watching. Set up your business smartly, stay compliant, and start operating with the confidence of a US-based seller.